pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Good evening. My name is Chad Bynum. I'm the principal here at Lincoln High School, and I've had the honor of serving here as principal for the last 4 years. And just on a personal note, I am extremely excited that the Lord has blessed us with some good weather, that we could finally have this graduation outside and invite all of our friends and family to celebrate this evening with our students. My name is Chad Bynum. I would like to welcome you to the 2022-23 commencement ceremony. We're excited again to be able to have this in-person ceremony. There are just a couple of guidelines that I need to make everyone aware of. At the conclusion of tonight's commencement, we are going to make time for family and friends to take pictures on the field. We ask that you remain in the stands until the graduates have collected their documents after the ceremony. Once they collect their diplomas and paperwork, those that want to will be allowed to stay on the field and take pictures with friends and family. If you have a wheelchair, we ask that you remain on the track, that the wheelchair not be brought onto the field. And we do appreciate you understanding and helping us with these guidelines. And again, I am thrilled to be able to celebrate this evening with you, our Lincoln family. At this time, I would like to extend a special welcome to some very honored guests. Talladega County Director of Operations, Mr. Kelvin Cunningham. Talladega County C&P Director, Mr. Randy Roberts. Lincoln High School's Talladega County Board of Education member, Dr. Donna Hudson. Mayor of Lincoln, Mr. Lou Watson. Lincoln City Council members, Mr. Joey Callahan, Mr. Billy Pearson, Mr. Brandon Tate, and Miss Sadie Britt. I'd also like to welcome Lincoln Police Chief, Mr. Darren Britton, Charles R. Drew Middle School Principal, Mr. Tim Young, and Assistant Principal, Miss Shannon Hill, Lincoln Elementary Principal, Miss Anna Jones, and Lincoln Elementary Assistant Principal, Miss Susan Ogle. Would also like to extend a very heartfelt thank you to Miss Patty Hanson for coming back to help us organize graduation this year. She, as many of you know, she retired last year, but we asked her to come help us, and I thank you for coming and giving your time to make this evening special for our students, Ms. Hanson. I'd also like to thank the Lincoln staff for all of your help in getting tonight together for our students. Your work does not go unnoticed, and you are greatly appreciated. I am continually amazed by this staff here at Lincoln High School, your level of passion and commitment when it comes to our students. And this year has been no exception. You have made split-second adjustments in order to successfully meet the academic and supportive needs of our students. And I can honestly say that this extraordinary group of individuals are some of the finest professionals that Mr. Brooks and I have ever been associated with. Finally, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the Lincoln community at large. Your support of our teachers and staff has been greatly appreciated, and it also does not go unnoticed, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. At this time, I would like everyone to take a moment and give a round of applause and recognize our guest of honor, the 2023 senior class of Lincoln High School. The next part of our program is one that is near and dear to my heart. During a child's time at school, they encounter a minimum of 59 teachers in the classroom setting. The impact that a teacher can have on a child's life from kindergarten all the way through graduation cannot be adequately measured, but it is unmistakable that teachers play a pivotal role in shaping us into the people that we will become. While every teacher makes an impact, we all remember that teacher. that reached us on an entirely different level. This portion of the ceremony is an opportunity for our students to say thank you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you to those special people that made a meaningful impact on my life. At this time, I would like to call our students to the podium one at a time, beginning with Mr. Josh Spratling to present their 2023 Golden Apple Awards.
Good evening. My name is Joshua Spratling, aka Jay. There are many teachers here in Lincoln, Alabama that have had a huge impact. A vast majority of them have supported me and enabled me to excel, not only academically, but also as an individual. If I had one teacher that I'll remember for the rest of my life, it would be my 8th grade science teachers, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, he was a character for sure. I remember all the laughs that were had in his class, but he always knew when to be serious. He always knew to balance some fun and seriousness. Besides that, the thing that stuck out the most to me about Mr. Brown was the way he carried himself. Watching the way he interacted with others and handled situations with such maturity and honesty inspired teachers. Mr. Brown inspired me to follow in his footsteps and become a man, an individual worth respecting. Mr. Brown, you helped mold me into the man that I am today. But for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jay Ramsey, and I'm honored to present a Golden Apple Award to a very deserving teacher here at Lincoln High School. This teacher, whom I've known through sports for most of my life, works tirelessly to enhance the facilities at the school and the futures of his students. He is always willing to assist other teachers and faculty with projects that they may need done. He does this without thinking once about the list of things that he may need done. Selfless acts like this have influenced me, and I hope the future students of his allow to do the same for them. This teacher wants things done the right way and is patient whenever we do mess up, because trust me, it happens. However, he is persistent in taking the time to teach us the right way, and is never negative about it. In fact, he makes sure we are all engaged so that we can do it right next time. This teacher is very knowledgeable, having an answer for any questions we may have, and if he doesn't know, he finds out for us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and industrious character with me and your students. With that being said, I'm pleased to present a Golden Apple Award to the man of all trades, Coach Yoder.
Everyone, my name is Alexis Allen. My past 4 years at Lincoln High School has shown me the extreme significance that teachers have in the lives of their students. Educators have the unique ability to shape the next generation of people, creating strong societies. They're the reason we have good doctors and nurses, intelligent engineers and architects, and many more. Teaching is the mother of all professions, because teachers not only have the power to shape minds, but hearts as well. The teacher that I chose to receive this award demonstrates what it means to be an excellent teacher. He is an admirable adult figure in my life who shares more than just book knowledge, but life lessons, whose passion and excitement to learn can be reflected back onto his students, teaching us to be inquisitive as well as to stand firm in our beliefs. A person who demonstrates selflessness and compassion, who puts his students first over everything, even himself. Mr. Ed has been my history teacher for the past 4 years. From the beginning and now at the end, I couldn't imagine having anyone else teach me history. And I especially couldn't imagine being blessed with a better teacher. I want you to know, Mr. Ed, that you being my teacher over these past years has shaped me into a better student and a better person. Thank you, Mr. Ed.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Addison Hendricks. When I was told I would be giving this award, there was no doubt in my mind who exemplifies a positive and impactful person quite like this individual. He is a full-time soccer coach, a father of 2 incredible kids, a husband to a radiating wife, and I think he teaches math in his spare time for Lincoln. He has taught me many lessons that I will carry through every stage of my life. I had his geometry class for a little over 1 semester due to COVID. My freshman to senior year, I somehow managed to be a student aide in his class 11 times. But believe me, I was not in there for the extra math. While in his class, he persistently was there for not just me, but any student that needed help or guidance. There was never a day I wasn't in there asking for advice, and with every question, he never failed to make me feel listened to and cared for. I came to him a multitude of times, asking him to read my run-on sentences, sorry I'm in essays. We both know English has never been my strong suit. But I say that to amplify how willing he has always been to help me in anything that I do. The major reason I was in there was to talk about the sport that has helped to shape me into the person I am today, soccer. I've been beyond blessed to have been a part of the Lincoln High School Lady Bear soccer program for the past 7 years. With this commitment, just like any commitment, there was much adversity. But with no lack of communication and what seemed to be an endless amount of flows, we overcame everything because of this person's willingness to sacrifice anything for our success. Speaking of success, my senior season, our philosophy was success not being measured in results, but instead in the process. This lesson is one of the biggest takeaways I will carry with me throughout my life. I am grateful for every piece of wisdom you have shared with me, and I wish to share a quote with you. By Eric I'm going to butcher this last name, but Parzian, I think. A good coach will make his players see what they can be rather than what they are. Thank you for never giving up on me and always teaching me to play with confidence. Thank you for always trusting me, even when you placed me as a left forward in the 7th grade when I could barely kick with my left foot. Thank you for every year that we have shared together and for keeping my love for soccer alive. I will forever hold close in my heart every lesson and memory that we have shared. With that being said, I present my golden apple to none other than Coach Will Baylor. Thank you. In my time here at Lincoln High School, I've had the privilege of being taught by some of the best teachers I could possibly imagine. I don't think I've met a single teacher who wasn't willing to help me with assignments or guide me through tasks. And because of this, deciding who to reward with the Golden Apple has been rather difficult. Although I connected with every teacher I've learned from at Lincoln, I was pleasantly surprised upon meeting a specific teacher due to the rumors I had heard the year before. This individual's reputation definitely preceded them. Since my freshman year, I was told about her intimidating personality and rigorous coursework. But after my first interaction with her, I knew my experience would be far different than what I'd heard. It's no secret that she knows the concept of tough love or how to use it. Since the moment I entered her classroom, I've been pushed past what I once thought was my fullest potential. She consistently finds her students' educational needs and helps them to learn. And while her constant need to work might be frustrating sometimes, no one can deny the passion she has for the work she does. I know myself, along with many others, are always impressed with her ability to solve problems without any trouble. Because of her experience in STEM, she's motivated many young women at Lincoln, including myself, to pursue a career in a male-dominated field. I'm thankful to have a role model that displays the fun in science and continuously challenges me to find it as well. More than that, I'm thankful to have both a teacher and a friend. Throughout the ups and downs of high school, I've always been able to count on her to make me laugh even if I'm crying. And for that, I'll forever be grateful. So at this time, I'd like to present my Golden Apple Award to Miss Roberts. Hello again. When I was told I would be I want to start off by saying congratulations to Lincoln High School's class of 2023. I would also like to take a moment to give a personal thank you to my parents. Growing up, you two have presented me with nothing but endless support and love. I'm beyond blessed that God gave me you two as my parents. You have shaped and molded me into the person I am today. At this time, I would also like to give a huge thank you to every parent, grandparent, sibling, or parent guardian that has helped to guide and support all of the graduates to this day. We graduates are so thankful for your everlasting love and support. Because of all the sacrifices you have made and the lessons you have taught us, we have been gifted with this opportunity in front of us today. If you were to ask me how the first 13 years of school have felt for me, I would say short and sweet. But in these years, I've been blessed with all of my loving friends, inspiring teachers, and a family of peers. For me, the foundation of my education and imagination was built in the walls of LHS. My time at LHS fueled me with memories and even better people. Growing up, I always looked forward to the end of each school year. Not because I couldn't wait to leave, but because of all the fun activities that we participated in. One of my fondest and most vivid memories from this time was Passport Week. The transition from a classroom to a country full of enchanting new things always captivated my youthful mind. I remember in kindergarten we got to Country Holland. The tulips, windmills, and castles to this day have made me eager to visit the Netherlands. The long-anticipated field days at the end of the year, and even the pizza parties where one large pizza was somehow cut into 20 slices, both were highlights to my childhood. Having Miss Graham in the second grade felt like having an end-of-the-year party every day. My love for learning bloomed in her classroom, and I'm so blessed that God put her in my life. While attending LHS, I didn't realize how much of an impact these moments or people would have on me. Now I realize this was my childhood, and I'm so thankful for the place and the way that it was spent. While writing this speech, I knew I needed to talk about middle school and all of the times that we shared there. Speaking for myself, the whole time I was in middle school, I was thinking about getting out of middle school. However, reflecting now, I see my time there in a more positive light. The beginning of my soccer career, the meeting of many people, and the first look at what high school would be like, all made middle school memorable. I remember trying to be as involved as I could with the soccer program, to the point that I was begging Angel Keith to be the manager with me. We both managed the team our 6th grade year, making me only more eager to be a part of the greatness I witnessed. To be honest, I don't necessarily remember tryouts or even many games, But I do remember all of the fun we had my first 2 years of playing, meeting the best coach God could have given me, and now looking back on it, I also have realized how vital these years were for my soccer career as a whole. In middle school, I feel like we all looked up to the upperclassmen and were wishing to be like them, not realizing how fast that day would come. High school for the class of 2023 had many obstacles, but I am very fortunate that we are here today to celebrate overcoming it all. Football Fridays, soccer season, and all of the 3 periods made my high school experience. During football season, pep rallies, Friday night lights, homecoming week, rival week, and every day in between is filled with school spirit. This collective enthusiasm is truly how it feels to be a Golden Bear. While I already mentioned the beginning of my soccer career in middle school, in high school I was blessed to continuously be a part of this family. My time spent with my teammates and coaches I am forever thankful for. The memories we made, the people I met, and the adversity that we constantly overcame taught me that the process isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. During all of my time at LHS, my favorite class was the PE class I had my freshman year. It seemed like 90% of the kids in that class were in my grade, and we would all play cards and talk aimlessly without a worry in the world. Looking back at all of my time spent with my peers and teammates at Lincoln High School, I can't help but describe it as bittersweet. We are entering a new chapter in our lives, but I would give anything to play one more game, experience one more PE class with my friends, or even attend one last pep rally as a student. Now that we have reminisced on the last 13 years of our lives, we are now entering a new chapter. This upcoming chapter, you are in full control of how you write it. The legacy that each and every one of you leave behind at Lincoln, I hope you continue to make wherever you go. To my fellow classmates, I hope and pray for each and every one of you. I pray that this new beginning brings peace and that you accomplish anything that you put your mind to. At the end of the day, no matter how far you may venture from Lincoln High School, always remember where you came from, the lessons you learned along the way, and that you will forever be a Golden Bear at heart. Bear down and go take dog soccer. Thank you.
On behalf of the Lincoln High School class of 2023, I'd like to thank friends, families, teachers, and faculty for being here to celebrate with us. I'm so honored to have the privilege to speak to all of you tonight. And most importantly, hello, fellow graduates. I hope you're all thrilled to be here despite the bittersweet feelings that accompany this difficult goodbye. Some of you may be struggling to move on from the lives you've created here, feeling as if this day arrived too soon. Others of you might be eager to find yourself in the midst of new experiences, ready to further the progress you've made. And while I can see the appeal of both, I can't help but recognize the influence each period of our lives have on one another. While I am here to encourage you all on your way to new journeys and broadening lifestyles, it only feels appropriate to use the lessons we've learned along the way to inspire you to live in a way your younger self should be proud of. Although our backgrounds might be different, I'm sure you have memories of learning important life lessons, and if you don't, I urge you to learn from 9 enlightening stories I have, starting with before I even went to elementary school. Lesson number 1. Some of my earliest memories are from when I was a toddler, just learning how to maneuver life alongside my older brother Ethan. Similarly to many other siblings, I recall us having many disagreements that ultimately didn't matter. However, what I remember most is how much I adored him. He was exactly the older brother that many people want, who was kind, although impatient sometimes. But most importantly, he had an incredible imagination. I still envy it to this day. He is by far the most exciting sibling between us, with me being a more type A personality. So when it came to deciding what characters we wanted to play as, I left the choice to him. Because of his interest in superheroes, we'd often be Batman and Batgirl, running around the house fighting invisible bad guys. On other occasions, we would go outside creating different worlds every day in our small backyard. As we've grown, I've had the privilege of watching Ethan become the man he is today. And while he does have more responsibilities, I can't help but notice how creative he still is. So thank you, Ethan, for teaching me my first life lessons. Be imaginative. Thank you for showing me that there is value in creativity and how the ability to imagine can make life all the more worthwhile. Lesson number 2. Surprisingly enough, the next lesson I learned was from my Uncle Henry, a man who is likely terrified about whatever story I'm about to tell. But despite his joking manner and all the wild things he's done, he is a man who's influenced my life greatly. Being my dad's best friend, he's known me from the moment I was born, and that means he knows an insurmountable amount of embarrassing stories about me, all of which he picked on me for at the time. Because of this, the lesson my Uncle Henry taught me is how to have a somewhat tough skin. So I'd like to thank you for always making fun of me and having a great sense of humor. I appreciate the fun times you've provided me with and how they've encouraged me to not allow everything to upset me. Lesson number 3. As I grew and entered the next chapter of my life, I had another great source of guidance. From the moment I entered my first grade classroom, my teacher, Miss Mitchell, has been extremely good. Prior to her, I had no idea the potential I had in my educational career. She immediately recognized my abilities and was the first person to push me harder than others around me. Without her guidance, I doubt I'd be on this stage today. What's become one of my passions now was found because of a kind teacher who took her time to individually assess each student's situation. Therefore, Miss Mitchell, thank you for teaching me one of the greatest lessons I'll ever know, how to believe in myself. I owe all I've become to the gracious behavior you showed me. Lesson 4. Soon after this, I met another influential figure in my life, my friend Addison. Even though we were both young, somehow this story has been memorable enough for both of us to know it as well now as we did then. Although we've been friends ever since, second grade was another story. For some reason unbeknownst to both of us, we despised each other. Each day, we tried time and time again to get under the other's skin, whether it be through getting a better grade on our morning journals or stealing each other's seats. We challenged each other constantly. It finally reached a breaking point one day after lunch when I had stopped Addison from being able to sit next to her friend, and in response, she let me know that she was going to lock me in a cage in her basement. Sadly, our provoking games had to come to an end. Our teacher, Miss Graham, pulled us aside and ensured we'd stop. So on behalf of Addison and I, Miss Graham, we're so sorry for the problems that we caused you. Despite our disagreements being inconvenient for others, I'd like to thank you, Addison, for showing me that people aren't always what they seem, and also for being one of the best friends a girl can have. Lesson 5. My little brother Peyton was born while I was in elementary school, and as cute as he could have convinced you he was sweet. But I soon realized he was more of a handful than I once thought. I have a great amount of love for my baby brother, but he definitely challenged that as he grew. Peyton, you've taught me a lesson of great value: how to have patience. When I was younger, I didn't understand why my older brother would get so annoyed by me, but that feeling is only one that can be understood by older siblings. Ethan, I get it now, and I'm so sorry. Just kidding, of course. My little brother Peyton has been a gift from the very beginning, and I'm glad to have a built-in friend that loves hanging out with me. However, I can't be more thankful for him testing my patience. It's taught me how to deal with frustrating situations and how to navigate those irritating feelings. Therefore, without you, Peyton, I wouldn't get very far. So when I'm grown and have a career on my own, it'll be thanks to you. Lesson number 6. There are so many new feelings that accompany the transition from elementary school to middle school, but since I don't have time to address them all, I'll talk about the one that's impacted me most. During this point in my life, I began exercising my abilities in academics, pushing myself harder with each assignment, but what I didn't know was that because of this, I developed a severe anxiety in every aspect of my life. Of course, at this time, everyone is confused and everything is changing, so I wasn't sure what to do with these overwhelming emotions. I went to my parents, and my dad shared with me that he shared the same feelings. As I navigated through difficult changes, my father showed me the importance of recognizing strong emotions, but also how to handle them properly. He encouraged me to find scriptures in the Bible and gave me readings that explained how God has helped people like me work through some similar situations. While I may always be challenged by anxious feelings, my dad has given me the ability to control them and reminds me to turn to God when I have feelings I can't handle. Thank you, Dad, for being a rock in my life when I needed one, and providing a guidance that can't be paralleled by anyone else. Your lesson of perseverance is one that will always stick with me. Lesson 7. Starting in 9th grade, I've developed a group of friends that I never would have anticipated prior, but knowing each of them has been a privilege I'm glad to have. As I entered high school, I continued to put pressure on myself academically and would constantly stress myself out about various assignments. Being surrounded by the right people has given me the opportunity to be taught an important lesson from them as a whole: how to loosen up. Sadly, my dad and I have something else in common. We tend to take life a little too seriously, and because of this, I get caught up in all the small things. My friends have shown me how to relax and balance enjoyment and self-discipline. So if I haven't said it before, thank you all for supporting me and making me laugh even when I didn't want to. Lesson 8. The next lesson I learned was one that was taught to me my whole life, but somehow I've only now been able to recognize its significance. Ever since I was young, my mom has made growing up such an adventure. Regardless of if she was trying, every time she was in a room, she would lighten the energy and improve the atmosphere. No matter the task or activity, my mom tries to make me joyful. I've loved every joke we bounce off one another, our dumb dance parties in the kitchen, and our quiet giggles when someone is annoyed with us. Mom, you made my childhood magical by helping me find the fun in every single day. Without you, I don't think my life would be as exciting as it is. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me the important lesson of how to have fun and being a light at the end of all my days. Lesson number 9. My last lesson was one of great importance because it was one I taught myself. Standing here and being valedictorian is not an honor I take lightly. I've worked almost my entire educational career for this moment, and it didn't come easily. Since the beginning of the realization of this goal, my biggest fear became failure. And to my horror, I couldn't get through high school without making mistakes. While these definitely set me back, I didn't have time to sit in disappointment. I had to get over my pride and work even harder. Without failure, progress can't be made and goals can't be accomplished. Therefore, my last piece of advice for all of you, and arguably the most important, don't be afraid to mess up. A mistake can be the one thing to lead to your success. Finally, based on the learning experiences I've had, I believe that as we continue in our individual journeys, we should carry these lessons with us. Be imaginative, have a tough skin, believe in yourself, don't judge someone before you know them, be patient, learn how to feel your emotions and control them when needed, live a life with balance, have fun, and don't be afraid of failure. Use your mistakes as motivation. I hope these memories of mine have allowed you to reminisce on yours as well. But also, if you have individuals or community of people in your lives that have taught you an important lesson or helped guide you through the beginnings of your lives, I encourage you to reach out. Thank them for what they've done and let them know how much you appreciate them. Don't take these valuable lessons for granted and allow them to shape who you are. I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am today without the help of everyone around me. I'm thankful for the experiences I've had that have led me here, but I'm abundantly grateful that I still have much to learn. To me, life is about the process of making mistakes. Do something wrong, correct it, repeat. So while we should carry these lessons with us on our journeys, we should also be open-minded and prepared to learn more as we grow. I'm grateful that I don't know everything there is to know and that I still have more progress to make. Life wasn't made to be perfect, so try not to treat it as if it was. I'd like to leave you with one final quote from Soren Kierkegaard that sums up my advice for you. So if there's one thing you remember from my speech, let it be this. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Will the candidate for graduation please rise? Caitlin Deanne Ayrton. Peyton Sierra Brown. Ashlyn Morgan Buff. Cynthia Ann Carpenter. Travis Enrique Cooley. Ethan Scott Duncan. Alan Morgan Hill. Gavin Nicholas Hobbs. Ethan Patrick Jacobs. Alexander Michael Keener. Gavin Nicholas Leanna McCardle. Jaslyn Denise Mitchell. Abby Marie Morris. Tatiana Lene Oden. Teresa Laura Rogers. Savannah Leanne Strong. Zaria Najela Trust. Demaya Janasia Tyree. Savannah D. Willett. Destiny Brooke Zaccaro. Cadence Elizabeth Naya. Emma Louise Beatty. Caleb Joseph Bloom. Adam Brody Brooks. Waylon Craig Brooks. Alexandria Rianne Bird. Hayden Mark Calford. Hunter Jackson Carley. Omarion Jacoby Carmichael. Dustin Brent Castleberry. Gabriel Tristan Cavanis. Soraya Giovanni Chandler. Jacob Lee Clapper. Kyra Sheehan Clapper. Alexis Leanne Cole. Cameron Sarah Collins. Austin Lane Cook. Jasmine Lee Cook. Colby Dwayne Creamer. Matthew Martin Davis. Braden Douglas Dulaney. Hunter Gage Dulaney. Peyton Riley Dulaney. Braden Douglas Dulaney. Jamari Burrell Dye. Kamala Lee Dye. Wanda Desiree Earl. Miles Keenan Elkins. Lauren Danielle Falcons. Michael Perez Finley. Miles Keenan Elkins. Corey Makai Bumby. Abigail Lynn Gaither. Leilani Swinee Garrett. Jalen Richard George. Mikhail Devon George. Kristen May Gilbert. Shaparish Shadasia Gooden. Joshua Douglas Gray. Kevon Jaleel Green. Jessica Grace Gurley. Braxton Jordan Harmon. Alexis Cheyenne Harris. Patrick Zacharias Hartley. Madison Jashay Hayden. Nathan James Hayden. Rylan Christian Hayes. Hector Tamayo Hernandez. Shane Lee Higginbotham. William Ivan Horton. Hector Tamaya Hernandez. Jalen Brooke Hurley. Caitlin Nicole Isbell. Addison Lee Jackson. Devin James Johnson. Cadence Nicole Jones. Darian Javon Jones. Ansley Ray Keith. Maya Eve Kennedy. Artasia Janae Lane. James Edwin Lassiter. Fallon Nicole Latham. Isaac Wayne Lee. Stormy April Lee. Tommy Reagan Mabry. Demaya Renee Madden. Jacqueline McCleskey. Gordon Elbert McLaughlin III. Caleb Lance Milan. Emily Grace Monkus. Emily Grace Morales. Caleb Lance Milan. Wendell Ashton Morrison. Caden Bryce Newell. Chloe Annabella Odell. Alyssa Brianna O'Hearn. Mackenzie Krishana Parker. Michael Carmelo Parker. Noah Christopher Payton. Mackenzie Krishana Parker. Martez Lamaria Keontavious Pearson. Lane Popham. Kylie Grace Reeves. Brady Michael Robinson. John Robert Sands III. Chloe Lily Saunders. Maya Isabella Skinner. Cassie Faith Smith. Hunter Scott Smith. Khalil Deshaun Smith. Jackson Howell Stewart. Khalil Deshaun Smith. Kadarius Levon Stockdale. Isaac Dean Strong. Victoria Annalise Strong. Howard Grant Summers. Christopher Swain Jr. Logic Michael Swan. Gabriel James Truss. Christopher Swain Jr. Carson Allen Weldon. Destiny Monique White. Michaela Samari White. Joshua Carson Whitehead. Joseph Roy Austin Williams. Nevaeh Irene Williams. Catherine James Wilson. Joshua Terrell Spratman. Jaden Scott Ramsey. Alexis Migdalia Alar. Addison Lane Hendricks. Molly Elizabeth Cash.
Will the candidates for graduation please stand? By the power vested in me by the State Superintendent, Dr. Eric Mackey, and Talladega County Superintendent, Dr. Suzanne Lacey, I hereby confer upon you the recognition of graduate of the class of 2023 with all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations.
Will everyone please rise for the alma mater? Lincoln High, dear alma mater.
Will everyone please remain standing? Remain standing. Friends and family, just a reminder, please allow us time to give the graduates their documents before you come down to the field to take the pictures. But at this time, I would like us all to recognize with a round of applause the 2023 graduating class of Lincoln High School. Thank you so much for your attention, for being here tonight. May everyone stay safe and have a pleasant evening.